We grew up in a small town called Beaver Dam, Kentucky, which I think the population is about 2,000, and it's just one of the towns where everybody knew everybody. Real country, a lot of farms. They, raise tobacco, of course, and soybean, corn, that type of thing. But that's pretty much what's there. Not a lot of business there, of course, but.
They just recently got a super Walmart. That was our mall anyway, you know what I mean?
And then when the McDonald's came, it was Walmart to McDonald's, and McDonald's to Walmart.
I came from a home that was in all kinds of trouble, where it wasn't peaceful. And when I would lay down at night, I would be scared of what might happen. I had never really had someone, like a spiritual leader, in the family, and Gerald Crabb, who is their dad, and I call him my dad, it was unlike anything I'd ever known, and the way he was so spiritually a father. Also an earthly father. He did all the things that a father should do, as far as he took me to school, he taught me to drive, but he was a spiritual leader. And I had always wanted a big family, God's honest truth. And I had one sister, and I got 3 brothers and another sister, all just like that.
Man, this family, God put it together. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We love each other so much, and you won't see a closer family than this family.
We're so close. So a lot of our people still to this day doesn't know that we're 2 blended families. But now it's like God has kind of said, okay, I want you to show your scars. The biggest soul-winning tool that we had was Dad traveling with us and telling people, I came from an alcoholic background. God set me free. This is our family. This is what we're doing. He showed his scars, what he'd been through in life. It gave other people hope. Right. It gave other people a chance to say, you know what, if God can do that in that father's life, change his life around, and their family do what they do with that much victory and that much confidence and boldness, he can do it in my life. There is 70–80% of America that's been through divorce, and there's kids out there that at that moment in their life when that happens, it's very crucial for them. It's very critical, because that's when they start looking for what was at home out there. Everything, all the love and warmy, homey, fuzzy feelings that is there is gone from them now. Then they go searching. So the thing that we do, and my parents have a way of connecting with the parents that are blended families, saying, this is how you do it. Don't treat one any different. They're all the same. Step is something you walk on, not something that's a part of your family.
I think one of the first ones that comes to my mind is that if you're going to sing gospel music, you better live. You live the way you sing. You don't get up there and it's not just for entertainment, but there's a ministry. God expects you to give everything that you have to him, and he expects you to live the way you are telling other people, to live in those songs and those lyrics. And another one that comes to mind is definitely hard work, that God will bless hard work. And if you get out there and work for him, then he's gonna do his part. So those are the first 2 that come to my mind, by all means.
I think another one that they taught us is a love for people, and to love people, treat everybody the same, nobody different. And also they instilled, of course, salvation into our lives, and to meet Jesus Christ, and that was a big part, big plus.
Not only were they really they had to tell us, but they showed us. And we're very blessed to get to be a part of this family and have that good of leaders, and to know how they treat people and how people are supposed to be treated, how to minister to people. You could never think anybody enough. The way that we was exposed to music is we grew up in church, and the flavor of music there in that community was more of a country feel, for the church music as well. And so I guess that's really kind of how we got our background in music, because we grew up in church pretty much all our life, listening to the hymns and songs.
Actually, our dad was born in Rosine, Kentucky, which is like 15 miles from Beaver Dam, and that's where Bill Monroe was born and raised. So that's, of course, a little bluegrass thrown in there. So a lot of different styles influenced us. When you're from Beaver Dam, the country's going to influence you, and when you're in church a lot, there's going to be some soul there. So you kind of smack those two together, and it's kind of what you get sometimes. So
probably what I was influenced by has kind of rubbed off on them, and they keep me on my toes, though, because they want to change a little bit here and there, and I'm like, well, I hope I can keep up with them. But it's been really fun watching them take their music, which was their music. I mean, they don't really pattern after any other group in Southern Gospel, and watching them take that and bless people and sell a lot of records, and people accept it where maybe they wouldn't from some other artist, but they do accept it from the kids.
We reach for the fresh sound musically that will catch the ear, but not only that, that's our job, I feel like, musically and also vocally, but the hook is the lyric, and that brings them back, and our personalities. I think something that we've done that we will always do until the Crabb family has ended, I feel like that the Crabb family always has to be touchable. We always have to be that friend to that person, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 10,000. I want them to have that chance to come and talk with us.
And I think our crowd is a different crowd. We reach a lot of people that's like your traditional Southern Gospel crowd would not reach. And I think it's because our music is different. And everything my dad writes, it's a different sound, but the message is so strong. And I think that's a big part of why we reach maybe younger crowds. And
You know, it was wild the other day. Somebody had listened to our record and requested a song because they said it sounded like a Leonard Skinner song, if you're familiar with Leonard Skinner. And then Dad went on and asked how many used to listen to Leonard Skinner, and I promise you, almost that whole crowd raised their hand.
So we found our touch. Next album's all the way Sweet Home Alabama.
But I thought that was kind of wild to see that.
Really?
You know?
That's true.
Yeah. So I guess Dad must have listened to some Leonard Skinner records.
I think we wanted to leave different than the way they came. I mean, you hear people say that a lot, but hopefully if they didn't know Jesus when they came, they know him when they leave, or at least they're open to him. We want to encourage the people that are there. There's so many people that are going through very, very hard things. I mean, it's rare to find somebody in this day and age that's not going through something, because life is difficult. And hopefully the words of our songs can show them that they don't have to walk alone, and that they're not alone, and that all they have to do is reach out, and that God is always faithful to be there, and he won't let them down.
You know, to hear somebody say that the song that you sung or something that you said tonight really encouraged me to live closer to God, or encouraged me to give my heart to God. I've been running from him, and man, that's the most rewarding thing you can ever hear. I mean, that's the whole reason we get on the bus and go.
For the Crabb